Hello and welcome to Peaches and Suits, a podcast where two useless homos attempt to talk about all of the ladies and soap operas that have driven us mad over the years in a coherent manner, possibly.
I don't know. 506?
What? What?
Carla von Lahnstein? So.
Ah.
Y juntas somos Mercedes.
Lexa and I... Lexa? Oh my fucking God.
Hi, I'm Chaos.
And I'm StephKT, capital K, capital T. I feel like I've said that 10 times already. We kind of have, sort of.
We have, yeah.
This is our second/third attempt at this podcast. We did 2 hours worth of talking the other day. An hour and 46 minutes of that was recorded content. Alas, only I was recorded and not Chaos. So here we go again. That's it. So to our 5 or 6 listeners, hey.
Hello.
Hopefully this is appreciated, right?
And hopefully this one's actually working.
Yeah.
We're going to say yes.
Yeah.
There's at least a 5 or 6 out of 10 chance that this is working.
I'm the British one, as you can tell. But some of our listeners, so maybe 3 out of the 5 or 6. How many times can we mention 5 or 6?
We're going to keep putting it in there.
It'd be a drinking game. So 3 out of the 5 or 6 people listening might know my name from my YouTube channel when I used to upload Kate and Rana scenes from Coronation Street back in the day when I was trying to push... promote the storyline. I was really hopeful. I didn't intend to become that person with the responsibility of uploading their scenes. But alas, it just sort of happened. I had a lot of hope, and that continued for quite a number of months, and we built a little community, and that's actually led us here today in a way. So without them, Chaos and I wouldn't be doing this podcast. So I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll give them 5 or 6 kudos.
We will stop doing that because we'll have to talk about other storylines.
Yeah, yes. In fact, the podcast is not about Kana.
No, they will be mentioned. I should let Chaos say what our podcast is about. She's much better at this.
Oh yes, clearly as demonstrated. Okay, so should we say the origin of the podcast came from Steph and I go way back.
To the Trojan War.
Back to the Trojan War. I was the horse. Anyway, so we were chatting the other day on WhatsApp. And because of our time difference and because of my work schedule, I was, recording voice clips in the car and she was recording her voice clips. And we did about 2 hours of conversation about soap opera lesbians, mostly. I had sent her a tweet. So anyway, I guess this is like my origin story. I sort of entered the scene, at least I met Steph. We've actually never met in person, and in recording this podcast is the first time we've spoken live, not through voice clips. So that's fun. And we talked on the phone today for the first time ever.
Was it the first time? I'm sure we've had a few phone calls lost in a few hours. We? Yeah, because I was up until like 7 a.m. British time. Yeah, but we are talking almost 3 years ago. 2.5 years.
First phone call where it's early morning for
me.
Okay,
I'll give her that. I'll give her that. It's
as you can tell, we don't have good memories, really.
Fuck no.
Unless it's for lesbians on television.
Yeah. Then it's like pristine.
Yeah. So we met through Twitter, and I've bounced all over the place, but basically we realized that we could have a 2-hour conversation through voice notes about fictional lesbians, and we thought, why not record ourselves rambling on and see if 5 or 6 people would like to listen to that. here we are. So you might know me from Twitter as @ShippyChaos, also known as Chaos. Currently, Rosalind's new boobs.
Yes.
Temporarily, until my darling is back on the screen again.
Yes.
Then I will reclaim the chaos.
Yeah, she's got very attached. Understandably, though, I will even admit to her, I've been rewatching actually some of it today. But I don't find it as passionate, possibly, as Chaos. But I actually do find it really funny.
No,
but
it's
in
quite
a good
funny.
way. It is really amusing, I've got to say. I find myself burst out laughing just listening to it.
I think they've done quite well with the humor.
Oh, yeah.
Leanne is just a maniac. I don't know how they keep writing this just crazy. I don't like saying that, but she's just something else.
A lot of work.
She's got, Anyway, but we're also not here to talk about them. We're here to discuss Powersuits and Powerbottoms.
Again, I'm going to let Chaos define those terms because my mind's in a bit of a gutter in terms to power bottoms. I just keep going straight to the bedroom department. I don't mean to. It just happens.
Of course. No, I think that's literally what it. I mean, okay, let's start with Powersuits because.
Hello.
It's okay. Hopefully, this term is self-evident. Like, okay, power suit. You put it on. You're powerful. It's a suit.
What more is this?
The first image that should come to mind is Bet motherfucking Porter.
Oh, fave.
Number 1. Any woman who wears a suit, pretty much, it's a power suit.
Oh,
pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. I see a blazer, and already I think my estrogen level, if we can say that, just goes through the roof. I'm terrible.
It's like forced ovulation.
It really is. I can't even remember. Yesterday I saw a woman wearing a blazer. Oh, Sharon Horgan. Yeah. I was just wearing a blazer, and I was just, wow.
I saw that tweet.
That's it. Yeah. Bless Chaos. She's like my most avid fan on Twitter because I'm back on it.
Woo!
My 16 followers.
Okay, well,
I'm building my base.
This is your second account.
Oh yeah, we won't go into that again. Again, some of this we have discussed already in our first attempt,
or our second, or whatever attempt it was.
But I still find us amusing. Take that as you will.
Yes.
But yeah, a power bottom.
Oh yes.
Yeah. God. I don't know. I struggle to define it. That's why I was passing it over because I'm a wuss. But
well, if you will look at our lovely outline and notes for this episode.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You will see that it says, define this together in real time. Maybe that'll be funny.
Now,
no, it's very hard. I
want to say, like, someone who attempts to lead, pull the strings, possibly you could argue in all aspects of that person's life. Like if you were basing it off Bet, she tries to pull the strings across the board, So
she's in control.
Yeah. But then I suppose that's where then the ladder end, the bottom, then comes in because there are instances, and this is where then my mind goes, where she relinquishes that to another person. Even Joe.
She means in bed.
Yes. I like how you said that. Yes.
Oh, I rewatched the Senator. Was it Light the Fire? Something like that. The name of the episode.
Oh yes.
It's the scene with Dana Delaney. Oh,
this is episode 4 of season 3.
Correct. Yes, it is. Is it called Light My Fire?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I busted out the L Word box set deluxe edition DVD thing. I have a DVD player now, so I'm very pleased with myself. Super early 21st century here.
I'd clap if I could.
Thank you. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out how to get high quality footage of that scene.
Oh,
I think you tried to help me with it. I want this as a gift so fucking badly. Okay, we said we can curse,
Yes.
right? I'm carrying my little fuck mug. I'm drinking coffee out of a mug that says fuck and then defines it in a bunch of different ways.
And I'm drinking wine, a standard.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to become a habit just for podcasting. I'm okay.
I wish this is the time difference is going to be a real bummer for me in that respect, because I'm going to work shortly after this.
Well, I still drank wine on Sunday, even though I was going to work that day.
Yeah, but it was hours.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to work shortly.
I'm still cheating. Oh, God. Well,
okay.
Chaos has been trying to do research, basically. So, again...
I mean, not for this, though. This is gay research for my own personal benefit.
I will say today we're concentrating on 4. Well, technically, I'm still going to say 3 women because we'll do
4. Oh, we're going to stop and not
do you
have...
think? Possibly. I think so. Because
okay. We'll discuss. So we have the back to what I tried to say before and got completely distracted. The whole podcast came from this idea. I wanted Steph's opinion because I value her judgment in this genre of gayness. And I was like, hey, I have this tweet that I want to tweet, and I just want to make sure if you think that it's like too inflammatory or if it's like not actually true or whatever. And it was like, these women are the power bottom tetrafecta. I haven't decided yet if I'm actually still going to tweet this. I'm holding out on it. But anyway, it's I sent her 4 women, and I was like, tell me, if you think these 4 women are power bottoms. All of them are canon queer except for the last one, which we have, to use your word, waffled about. And so I think at the end we'll save her for last. But the 3 other women are Bette Porter, Ana Rivas, and Mercedes.
For a second, I thought,
Muller.
oh my God, this is really out of character. Chaos has forgotten.
I know. I was trying to decide. Yeah. So originally, Steph was. Shall you tell the story of Ana Rivas?
Okay. Right. So basically, this is all just like a long memory test. These podcasts. It's really maybe it's like one of those brain apps, to strengthen my mind. So it's a good job she sent this to me, because otherwise I would have just gone through life saying Ana de la Pica Morales.
We should also mention, and the fact that Marina San Jose, who plays Ana Rivas, is a spitting image for Jennifer Beals. I mean, to me, I'm sure other people will say no, but
yeah,
they would be wrong.
I think it's the eyes. Anybody who looks like Jennifer gets clocked, basically.
Yeah, it's the eyes. We have that on the list. Okay, so shall we start with... We didn't quite define power bottoms. I think we got, there's some control in there. There's... I actually have a lot of struggle with just defining what a bottom is.
Yeah, even when I think about articles written by gay women about all of the different definitions, even just for the bedroom, there are so many. I remember reading about before, God, and this is just for queer women. I was like, Jesus, so many of them I didn't even know, and even different types of bottom. But I'm just
many types of bottom.
I'm just maybe simple, I guess, or like what we were saying in our first attempt. Maybe this is like the new generation. All these
because we're too old.
Because we're too old.
Oh, so yeah, we're not that.
But then we're not.
I mean, we've been around, but
yeah, we've just we were hungry for soaps. Well, specify. Yeah,
hungry for lesbians.
Yes,
let's be honest.
Over the years, and that's how we've just sort of took it all in like a sponge. So that's why I noticed even on my YouTube, which I've had since I was a teenager, it's just different playlists, just with Italia, obviously came Rana, but and then Carl. It just shows really what I've soaken up over the years to make me who I am today. And here we are. But I don't know if the other day we started with Bette, but I don't know whether to do Mercedes just because it was so quick. Like,
Let's start with my darling,
oh, small bean.
my avatar, the love of my life.
Yeah. So live.
I'm nothing like her at all. Like, not even in the remotest sense of my tiny. She's so small and so like powerful, and I'm like not small and not powerful. Okay, so yeah, let's start with her.
Right. Now,
Mercedes.
again, we were saying this the other day, that some of the things we may discuss over time is not very easily accessible. And in this instance, it is Mercedes. But I will preach again. I will keep preaching with or without a podcast that people should watch Mercedes. Luckily, when the kind of thing was dying down, the Mercedes storyline did exist. So it wasn't just us who sort of gravitated from Kate and Rana to something much more joyful and better written. Sorry to my own British soap, but alas. And we all just went to Chile.
I'm not
on
sorry.
holiday. Yeah. And
I'm still there. I'm still in Chile.
and Chaos is still in Chile. And like I said today, I've decided, they are my number one of all time from television, Mercedes. So, but I'm going to be good today. I kind of lost it the other day because I was thinking about Barbara, who is her significant other, becomes a significant
of
other.
Mercedes.
Yeah, of Mercedes. So Mercedes, as I say, if you've seen it, you'll know that. Well, like Chaos said, I'm small. I've got that. We've got that in common. But I am not powerful. And she has a lot to say for herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I think the great thing, I think we said this before, but I believe that of all of these women, that Mercedes is like the paragon of power bottoms.
Yeah.
She actually, all of the women are like these bosses. Like literally they're the boss. Like they have a role of a position of power and authority. They dress accordingly. So with the times, right? Like, so, we've already mentioned Bet and her power suits. Like, I think that because Mercedes and like Ana Rivas, so they're from different times. But I still think, like, Ana was so stylish. Like, she seemed to me to be like very...
Oh.
She always looked like she was gonna fucking kill you with her outfit. You can't see how I'm gesticulating.
Yeah. Just slice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true. And we said that Mercedes, if she could have done, she would have worn a pantsuit.
Sure.
For
maybe
not trousers. I have to say trousers. It doesn't sound right saying pants. But they all have.
I don't.
What?
Wait, would she? Back in the day. Okay, so this is going back to like maybe the peak or just after the peak of like the Mercedes craze. I think there was a poll on Twitter about which one of them would wear the suit.
Oh, that's true.
Between Mercedes and Barbara.
Barbara would.
I'm pretty sure. I think she would. Yeah, for sure she'd be wearing. I'm gonna say pants because I don't think of them as underwear. So you can.
I just gone off now. See, dangerous territory. I'm thinking about Barbara Roman in a suit. Oh, amazing.
I'm thinking about her in her underwear.
Yeah. Oh God. I'm still being prudish.
Back on top.
Right. Yeah. No, but we were saying about her emotion and her drive, even though she's shit scared of being caught and that it's sinful. Yes. Sorry, I should specify. That she really still. God, just goes off, even at Barbara, and then even eventually at others to defend their relationship. It's such a wonderful character development. And I think that's why I won't speak about the other two yet in my top three couples. But I think that is something that runs similar for all three, is the writing of, and the character development on both sides. And
the power of the power bottom.
Yeah, she's showing, venting all of that emotion, everything at Barbara because she's scared, again, the church, etc. But then she uses it to her gain in the end for both of them eventually. But again, this all takes time. But Chaos and I think are big fans of a slow burn.
Hell yes.
Yeah. Again. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the way that the two characters are focusing on, I think the thing is about the power bottom is that it very much depends on their partner. Like, if Bet were with someone else, or if Mercedes were, and no, Mercedes is a power bottom. I mean, I don't like to think of a world that she's not with Barbara, but if she were, she would still be, I'm sure she would still be the same.
You know what?
Bet, I don't know. She seems a little bit more flexible, or like a chameleon.
She
can do the thing with the club scene where she picks up that woman.
Oh,
Bet
yeah.
She can do top.
Yeah.
It's not like she can't.
The
power is there.
My last thing I'll say about Mercedes is that, because, well, like I said the other day, that if they have husbands, we have to talk about them, much to our chagrin, is that Mercedes, I think, with a man, even not again, I don't just mean physically, but because of how she feels, and you could say her sexuality dictates this, but the power goes, arguably. I think, as you say, even just that recognition of their feelings and that they are attracted to women brings out who they are, and that's when you recognize, oh, wow, yeah, they're really a power bomb. In her instance, obviously, Bet, when we meet Bet, she's already like, boom, she knows exactly who she is. So you wouldn't necessarily see that, but like Chaos said, we'll go to our beloved Bet, yeah. But she can. I was saying about I called her a twink because that's what Jennifer says in the club scene in season 2, and she has to let off some steam. Because I was just
Jennifer,
scraping the barrel to think, when is Bet a top? And I was banging on about Jodie. Again, sorry to any Jo Bet fans, but oh my God, I can't stand her. But even with Jodie, she does just relinquish. Oh yeah, go on then. Like Jodie even blindfolds her. Ugh, ridiculous scene. But she but she does, and fair play to Laurel. I'm going to give it, she brings it when she needs to. So
I was doing some very scientific gay research, or research, as it were.
Oh no.
There will be lots of me making fun of Steph's Britishness. Just full disclosure.
I can't do it the other way around. But she's right. She's got a PhD though in scientific research.
Yes. So I don't actually, just to be clear.
No.
So I've lost complete track of what I was saying.
Sorry. This is forgive us.
Bet?
Yeah, but
Tina.
What? I don't know what you were going to say. I was complimenting Laurel on her game.
Oh. Yeah.
And it connects.
Yeah. I was doing some research. And I wanted to find the scene. So I've been doing a bunch of research on the L Word recently, but I wanted to find the scene where, actually I posted it for Valentine's Day. Anyway, the scene where they're fighting. I think it's, Tina's just found out that Bet was cheating, and then they have this like fight sex.
Yeah.
First of all, who the fuck does that? I just can't go there in my head. Like, if I'm mad or crying or upset, there's no way I'm gonna just like translate that into fuck me. I'm sorry.
I've done it.
Or like, let me fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It just seems okay. Okay, I can see fuck you. I just can't see fuck me. Anyway, we'll move on from there.
Yeah.
But the point is, I think that in that scene, the amount of vulnerability, and I think both of the actors talked about that, at least Jennifer did, about how that was just like such an emotionally raw.
And to think,
and like
to keep doing it, take after take.
Oh my God.
Blimey.
Yeah, like it would be just, but I think that's an exaggerated example of just kind of like the I have a note in the notes here that says like Beth's doe-eyed vulnerability. Like she is this massively powerful woman who like, I mean, she will fucking dominate you. She will eviscerate you. Like, and the way that she is, especially with Tina, I think less so with Jody, and then way less so with, what was her name?
Are you going against my Candace?
I will, and I did. But the way that she is with Tina specifically is like so open and vulnerable with her facial expressions, especially. And you can just see that, like, even when she's angry, she's like she's like this little,
as you said, doe-eyed. She's like a deer. Yeah,
she's like a little deer.
I mean, we said about, and this isn't a dig at Laurel. I know some have made these digs about her acting, but those that have agreed though that when she's with Jennifer, that she raises sort of, you know, to it. She can. Jennifer, I think, brings that out in people probably, but just the way they are. And I said about their kissing.
Can she bring it out in me? I mean,
yeah, I'll do 10 takes.
Asking for a friend. The friend is Chaos.
Oh yeah, Chaos was volunteering. You know, that gif, that meme. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I volunteer as tribute.
Something popped in my mind that I didn't mention the other day, and that is about my beloved Nadia. Who again?
Oh, fuck me.
I'm going to go on the defense squad for Candace and Nadia because they're 2D characters, and I
complete plot devices. Absolute foil characters.
Yeah, and when you then see Jessica Capshaw on Grey's Anatomy after this, you're thinking like, oh my god, what a waste. You know, what a waste of Jessica Capshaw. But I think that goes back to what we said about Jennifer getting Marlee Matlin on the show. Again, understandably, because she's not a bad actress, but just because they're friends. And so that Nadia storyline was just, why?
Is that what happened?
Oh, well, no. I mean, they did use it later on because it all come out, didn't it, about Bet and Nadia. And Bet had to leave or something, you know, Sybil Shepherd, they all found out about it. And that, but it's just and obviously Jennifer probably didn't want to go down that route, like long term with Nadia. But I mean, God, the way Nadia was written, I just mean in terms of Jessica's capability, I think, and adorableness.
She's supposed to have like just legs.
Yeah,
or
they
something.
just oiled her up.
Like she was just legs.
Yeah, like
that was what her character was.
And I don't,
which is,
yeah. No, it's just a shame. And then, I mean, and we said about Candace the other day, and again, she's just there. I'm going to say it. She's just like a fuck toy for Bet, honestly.
Candace.
Yeah, they might as well just call her a rabbit and just like, you know. And again, maybe I didn't want anything long term out of it because then season 2 happened, and you're like, oh, Bet and Tina, oh yeah, you know, like the latter end of season 2, but maybe, you know, it could have been more than that.
Here's why. And I first of all, I mean, no offense to, and actually no full offense to this actress, Ion Overman. You are a heterosexual. I don't like to label people, but you are a heterosexual. Like, they got the look so right. Like, there's something about the L word. I don't understand why some of them were dressed the way that they were dressed, or how they portrayed some of the gender presentation or identity of any of the characters, but they tried to make this woman look like a dyke with a capital D. And I think that they did pretty well. She looks like a carpenter, right? She was a carpenter. She looked like she was like a femme-ish carpenter with butch aspirations.
Well,
and
yeah.
Okay, so you disagree though. Anyway, but I just think that like as that sort of story unfolded, I was like, all I can see is this woman who's dressed up like a lesbian and like trying to convince me that she's a lesbian. And it's like, you said this the other day, to say what, about Jennifer Beals, right? She's the most heterosexual woman. But as Bet Porter, you believe it.
Totally believe
You
it.
believe that she could fall in love or seduce or be seduced by women. Right?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's okay, and this is coming from being a big Tibet fan, but if you're honest with yourself and you rewatch season 1, not you, Chaos, just people in general, you know, if they rewatch it, they need to break up. I'm not saying Bet needs to cheat, but I'm quite bad when it comes to adultery in fiction. Yeah. In real life, I absolutely cannot stand it. This is what's so
We are
hypocritical.
pro-adultery when it includes fictional lesbians, especially if they're cheating on men.
Yes.
At least that's my opinion.
No, it's true. It's and that's why it's funny that even in this instance where Bet is basically married to a woman, I'm still like, you go Bet. I think because being such a pro-Bet person, not like I was anti-Tina, but I just wanted her to get her release, whatever she needed. And again, the power bottom really comes out in the mind in the gutter area here. It was just I said this Chaos is 15.
In the Candace is what she means.
Deep in the Candace. Well, Candace was deep. I mean, because you think they never portrayed Bet touching Candace intimately. I don't think. Even like that opening scene of season 2, Candace is going down on Bet. Bet is always just like, fuck me, let's go.
Receiving it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's also interesting in terms of this discussion of her being, but I don't know if that's to take away some of her guilt. Like, not, obviously she's a very intelligent woman, but just, I'm not cheating, I'm just
You're not cheating if you get fucked. It's only if you fuck someone.
I could see someone cheating thinking like that, as a gay woman, like, oh well, I didn't go to town on her, but I really wanted her to go to town on me.
If you're a cheating lesbian and this is how you think, please go into the comment section of wherever you're listening to this. Please engage on this topic.
Oh my God.
Bet Porter, please get into the comments. For many reasons.
Yeah, bet. Faux bet, whoever. Jennifer, yourself, tell us. What do you think? No. I got to say that I've realised, though, talking about it, that the twink, sorry. I think, actually, thinking back, that might have been her name in the credits. And that's where...
There's no way.
I don't know.
How could they do... Oh, God.
Maybe I should check that.
I'm going to just... Eileen Chaikin, if this was your fault, shame on you.
Well, the other L Word podcast I listen to actually, and I think they're right, sometimes you think this show was written and like the showrunner was a straight man. Like some of the actions they take.
Sometimes.
You wouldn't think, sometimes you're like, what? Like a lesbian would give this the green light. Really? Like
this
they
is
should
the
know
entirety of the film The Kids Are All Right. I still to this day cannot fucking get over the fact that a lesbian filmmaker decided that was a good idea. I'm sorry to anyone who likes that film. You're wrong.
No, fuck them. No, but when you compare it to say we're not going to go off too much, I promise. But when you compare it to say, I know, like Todd Haynes, I know he's gay, but he's still a man, and yet he could give us Carol. I know he already had like the book, he already has the framework, it's all there. But some men, I've got to say, give us top shit. Some don't.
Top shit.
Ammonite. But
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's sorry, but that's an instance of where they don't give us top shit. But they do better. I mean, Eileen though is a very special case. But alas, I just think that Bet with the twink and what should we call her? Julie. I'm giving her a name.
Julie.
I feel bad. I'm going to give her a name. And Nadia, because it's meaningless, she goes into top mode. I think.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
are we talking about the same Nadia?
Yeah, I think they both go for it in the car, but I think Bet is like, oh, that's it. I'm gonna fuck them. It's that giving receiving.
Did
thing,
we
possibly.
watch the same thing?
Well, I don't know. As I say, they both went for each other, and Bet could have. It's still. I don't know. I could see her
If
still
you could
being a
see
top
my
with
face
Nadia
right now.
Yeah.
No.
I still think because it was just sex. When it's more. Not that Candace was love, but she was so desperate, and I think her whole trajectory was just off. What with the miscarriage and everything that.
I cannot believe we're so different on this. I actually think that Candace and Nadia are really similar in the plot role that they were. I think that Bet, to quote one of my favorite quotes, which I now will quote improperly because I don't have it written down in front of me, the scene where Tina's like, you feed off of people wanting you. Bet fucking Porter loves to be wanted. Like, Nadia is full force, very interested from the beginning. And she's like, can I call you Bet? And Bet's like, oh, I like this. But like, no, we have to be professional. No,
True.
Dean Porter's just fine, And then in the car, she's like, is it all right? Is it okay for me to tell you? I can't quote it properly, obviously. I'm so sorry. But like,
is it okay?
Would it be wrong of me would it be wrong of me to say I've never wanted to kiss someone as much as I want to kiss you right now? And she's like, yes. Yes, it would be wrong of you. And then she pulls over and like she's leaning back in the chair. She's not like, she leans over to kiss her at first, but like Nadia's hands are down her pants, ma'am.
You might be right. We'll slightly differ. It's good that we slightly differ because we might agree too much throughout this whole podcast.
I'm fine with that
series.
It makes it more fun. I'm standing by Nadia's a fucking top.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being you're not in the position of power here. Obviously, Bet has the power position, both because she is literally the superior. She's like her TA. Is that what she is?
Yeah, they make up all
She's
this shit.
TA.
It's so wrong.
I don't know, whatever it is.
God.
Anyway, and because she's older and because she's Bet Porter.
Yeah.
Like
exuding her Bet Porterness.
Yeah, and Nadia's a nobody. She's made to be this character that just has legs and sits on the edge of the desk. There's no story for her. Like you said, two-dimensional character.
Yeah, I just feel
But
bad.
she fucking she takes control. She's the one who is doing all the pursuing. She's the one who's consistently like expressing her attraction and trying to push things forward. I want to say Bet, the only thing Bet does is say, do you live around here? Do you need a ride? Okay. And that was like the only sort of like shuffle forward that she did toward her.
Okay. I'll still disagree a little bit, but maybe that's because we were saying about this in the WhatsApp actually, and we haven't mentioned it since, but in regards to a different character, I was saying about what do you want them to be? And I think in this instance, this might also be my dreams and wishes of Bet topping Nadia. I'm so bad.
I could be on board for that.
Yeah, I think it's me wanting, again, because it's not love or anything. But it is also fun with the Bet that, because again, you do expect Bet to be a top. Like if you didn't know her personality, just like you said the other day, her walking in the room, how she carries herself, you do just expect her to carry that forward. And yet I do appreciate that Tina, and that's why I really rooted for Tibet from the season 4, is because Tina had some autonomy which she wanted, and but even in their everyday aspects of life, which you kind of,
they fight for that so much though. Like their characters are constantly like, Tina wants a job and Tina wants to have this professional success. Like she deserves it. She's capable of it. Yeah. And Bet's like, why don't you just quit? Like, why don't you just quit your job? Stay home with the kid. And I was like, yeah, that's very much like, okay, asshole, top energy.
But they're so much more attractive. Like as a couple, both of them being powerful. Both of them having control over their own lives. And Bet actually did learn, with that time away from Tina, hence the fuckery of season 6 that it is. At least they're both still at that equal footing, and that's why it was just yeah, they're meant to be. But
Was it season 5 with all the cheating on Jodie?
yeah,
I actually think that season 5 was like the peak of Tibet for me.
absolutely. Oh, yeah. It's partly because Tina's hot.
Yeah.
Let's say it.
Well, obviously, okay, no, they both are. They both are like, what the fuck are you? Who are you women? What, did you just like get sculpted out of stone? Like, what is this? Anyway, but I think it's also too because the characters have come through so much by that point, but they actually had found a sweet spot in the writing of how the characters were going to get along. So they had a little bit of fighting, but it was, I mean, the elevator scene, the chicken stir fry, and what did you call that other scene? Remember we talked about it last time?
Well, the second love scene of episode 6
second
when
love scene.
they're
But what did we call
kneeling.
it? The kneeling scene. Okay, because we talk. Let us talk. We were like, okay, so this is backing up to power bottom. So power bottom isn't necessarily like you physically, orientationally are on the bottom of the sexual exploit. Like you're not necessarily on the bottom. And our example is always Tibet because it's like, well, I mean, Tina's topping sometimes, like literally on top.
Oh my god, yeah, she's really.
But like they sit up all the time. Like this is the trademark Tibet sex, right? Is like sitting up, simultaneously orgasm. Like that's what they do.
I think that
Don't know what they're doing exactly. It doesn't really matter. It's hot.
No.
But like
Circles.
You said they're kneeling. Circles. Oh, circles. We're both gesticulating. Yeah, thanks, Poppy.
Poppy.
Don't make fun of my accent.
I was doing Alice. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh God, Alice.
I think that lift scene, as you said, that's episode 10, I think, of season 5, and that is probably the epitome of Bet being a power bottom, arguably, maybe. And Tina's kneeling. That kneeling, I'm going to swear by it.
I again disagree. I hate to be disagreeable.
No, please.
But like, she was physically on the bottom, but she was definitely taking control of that situation. There were 2 times that she did that, right? The same exact thing where she trails her hand. I can't believe I'm so sorry in advance for like how well I know what the sex scenes look like. But she like trails her right hand up her hip and under her dress.
Oh, yeah.
In the elevator.
Over the arse. Absolutely. Yeah. That's the most British
Over the
thing I've
lift.
said the whole podcast, but yeah, over the arse.
Okay. But she does that. And there's another scene after. Remember when Kelly Wentworth came in? Was it season 4?
Kelly, are we thinking
Season 4.
Elizabeth But
Yes.
that's season 6. She's only in season 6. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, whenever there's a scene with Tina and Bet where they have just had the whole Kelly Wentworth thing, and afterward is that scene where Tina's like, you feed, you're like a vampire, you with blood, you feed on the energy of people wanting you. And Tina's like, so Bet's like, trust that I know what to do with it or whatever, this feeling of like how I have this like, oh God, I get these women after me, and like trust that I know. And I'm like, you're a fucking cheater. Like you're telling this woman who loves you and is worried that you're going to cheat on her, just trust me. Like, ma'am. Anyway, but about that thing, so in that scene she does the same thing. It's just like in my mind, this is the Bet, I'm going to top you move as she slides her right hand up the hip and under the dress.
Okay.
The face that Steph is making right now is really good. But anyway, I don't think that's a bottom move. I think that's a total top move.
You could be right. It's hard. Sometimes people could say she's just like pure bottom, for lack of a better word. Like in some love scenes with Tina, like there's no power to it. Some could argue that. And I'd let them. I see all 3 sides if I'm going to be like the middle one.
Sure.
But
Sure.
we will. I'm conscious of time. Poor Chaos. Right?
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
I'm good.
Okay,
We'll go on to our last lass because she is kind of our last lass in a way. But we'll talk about the 4th one a bit more, just a little bit. At the end.
So I do think that I do think that what you said about the 3 sides, like I think that Bet is not a pure Potter bottom. I don't think Bet is a pure power bottom. I think in any way. I think she and Tina have a way more versatile relationship than that, specifically with Bet and Tina.
Yeah. They flitter.
Yeah. I stand by what I said about Mercedes is the pinnacle of power
we
bottoms.
can't disagree there. I mean, God, if we disagreed there, if anyone does, I don't know what to say. But
Maybe smaller.
And arguably, going on to Ana Rivas.
Okay, third woman.
Ding! I have a sound effect. Chaos says this better, but Ana Rivas is from a Spanish soap opera. Daytime. So this is where you really have to give them props, actually, because they were on like in the afternoon in Spain. But it's called Amar.
Unlike the L word. Sorry.
Chaos.
That's pretty good.
The other day, I'm trying to get better at it because I've probably been saying it wrong I can't even remember what year they were on now. Yeah, we were trying to get it right because I said I was in Spain and I watched an episode, but while I was there, but I still can't remember. But
I'm gonna bring back this joke from the last recording where you said that I was like, we mark the passage of time in different ways. I mark the passage of time based on which girlfriend I had at which time.
Yeah.
And Steph was like, oh, talk about all your girlfriends. And I was like, okay, you mark the passage based on which country you were visiting at the time. Like, let's talk about what all of my countries, like.
What holiday I was on. We're both bragging in different ways. But I said it's because I live in Europe, so it's easy. If the soap is German or Spanish, it's easier for me.
Just fly to Germany.
I wasn't
Take
in
a
Chile
train.
for Barcelos.
You can't take it. You're on an island, aren't you? There's no train from there.
The Eurostar, technically.
Oh, so do you go through the tunnel thing?
Yeah, under the sea.
I'm not completely an idiot.
No,
there you go.
It. Yeah. So, but if you watch Luisa and Amelia today, they're still sort of going with their spin-off. That is the same universe.
Who's Luisa and Amelia? Oh, Luisita. Smack. Luimelia. Yeah.
Yeah. Lumelia. Yeah.
Lumelia.
We're not like 100% up there with them in terms of knowledge, and we've dabbled. It's safe to say both of us in that whole Lumelia story.
Yes.
Yeah, I dabbled is made possible.
I dabble in all lesbianism. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. You can't miss them in a way if you are someone who's watched soaps over the years, because it's the same universe. They're Luisita's parents were friends with Teresa, who is the lover of Anna. So this is so interconnected.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So you might, I don't know if you'll be familiar with them if you only watch Lumelia, but again, I'll recommend, and just like we said the other day, I will link to my Daily Motion where I've put the majority of the Anna and Teresa storyline. And
I just rewatched that the other day.
Did you?
Well, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did pull up Petrushka and go look at a couple of the clips, mainly because I wanted to see what the fuck you were talking about with the tree.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Yeah, Chaos sent me a screenshot. Oh, God, how could I forget?
And the screenshot, I pulled the screenshot from our old WhatsApp chat from like 3 years ago. I scrolled all the way up and I found this screenshot where I had watched it originally on your channel, and we were talking about that scene because it was right after their first kiss in the elevator.
Yes.
Anna and Teresa, when they're in the elevator and they kiss, and then they have that whole conversation afterward. Okay, this is great because it's a good springboard for Anna. Anna is the boss. Well, at that point with the kiss, she wasn't. They were more like colleagues.
Yeah. Oh, it's just
beautiful. So good. It's so good.
Hang on, I'm looking through my notes, everyone. This is,
Oh, there's notes here.
No, I'm just repeating what I said. So Chaos has heard this before, but she enjoyed it, so I'm going to say it again. No, about the fact that that Anna wants Teresa to take the lead for Teresa's own comfort, and that is really also personifies who Anna is. just how lovely she is, and that's why you can't help but root for her every step of the way, because she goes through, in this storyline, in this instance, she's the one who goes through sort of the heartbreak in terms of waiting for Teresa to accept herself. And I think we made a link between Teresa and Mercedes, like they're, again, so much power, sort of in a sense being contained, because they're trying to conform to society of the time, because they're both living in similar periods, just Chile and Spain. And then once it begins to let loose, because she just can't, but again, they took their time, even more so than Mercedes. They took years. But it's just
literal years.
But it is it is beautiful. They both have husbands, but eventually, but it is still I don't know what else to call it. It's just a delight, really. They're my number 2 couple in my top 3 ever. I'll just slip that in. Yeah, but
so Amar en tiempos revueltos.
Yeah, and we called her a bet. We called Anna a bet. She's the bet of the time. She's got
really
her own
is.
business. She's inherited it, but she really earns it, really. She's her business acumen builds as well. Again, the character development, because it took years. And Teresa's acceptance felt pragmatic. You know, if I was going to imagine a couple in Spain at the time, trying to navigate these waters of social norms and homosexuality is a sin, and literally arguably possibly being a crime, I think, under General Franco. So really serious stuff, again, like Mercedes had to face, and yet they overcome it, and there's happy endings in both instances. So what more? How I can't recommend it enough, really.
I really, really like, I'm glad you repeated this, Anna wants Teresa to take control for her own comfort. I think that we made that connection between Bet and Anna about, I mean, besides their looks, which I will continue to go on and on about, that this is like a situation where this is a very powerful woman who has probably a lot of privilege for her time and space, like wherever she is. She could, I mean, in Bet's case, certainly could have any woman she wanted. Anna, I mean, with Rosa, there was a little something happening there. I'm not sure, because the times definitely would prevent her from like getting Bet level of womanizing, I think, perhaps. But you never know, maybe.
I think you're right. She would have gone. Yeah, she would have strayed with other women.
I don't think she would have cheated. This is the difference, I think, that we mentioned before in the last recording, was that Anna is just a purely good person. Yeah. Like, she is so wholesome and always she's just very caretaking. And I think that's part of why she's such a different boss, even, is that she's just so giving and sweet and like thoughtful. And she definitely transmits all of that into her relationship with Teresa, and she, marries her brother. Like, she marries Teresa's brother to be close to her, because that's like kind of the only option that they have at that point. Once Teresa decides that Hector is this guy she's going to marry, fucking Hector. Anyway, and what is it with marrying these detective people? It's like Amar just took, I guess not exactly in that direction, because Amar was first, but it's like, did they just take Nicanor little it's like they put a mustache on Hector and they were like, hey, look, we found a Nicanor.
I know it's not people we're talking about today, but I just remembered Frank
from the not from the L word, from the Guiding Light.
From Guiding Light, a US.
Also him.
Isn't he a copper?
He's also a detective.
Jesus Christ. And you know what's funny, though? In these
and
cases,
she's the religious one.
Yeah. Like,
oh, God.
Do you want to get found out? Why are you marrying detectives who will find the clues? This is how Anna and Teresa got found out. It's because, Teresa's married to a detective. He's going to put the clues together. Well, he obviously thinks she's cheating on him with a man, but you're going to get caught. Like, the chances are so high if you're married to a fucking detective. Alas, though.
Listen, love is love.
But no,
You can't help it even if you're married to a detective. You got to just lesbian it up.
But that is what's amazing with Anna, probably in terms of her power bottomness, is that she's still trying to be kind of equal. She's still delicate with it. She tries to meet Teresa halfway. Like, it's in a sense of physically speaking, like, I'll lean forward, but then you come to me. Like, I'm not gonna, you've got to be the one. Hence why then it just explodes. And we have to mention, like we did the other day, possibly our favorite kiss of all time, which is between Anna and Teresa.
Definitely my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you said that. Yeah. So, I mean, even if you just watch that one clip, you'd never forget it. You'd never forget it. God, it's just.
I think it's the clip is more meaningful. The kiss between Anna and Teresa in the shop. I think it's more meaningful if you've seen the build up. Years of this is like years of slow burn and just, I mean, there's all this teasing, neck kissing and feeding each other and just this really exquisite sexual tension between these two women who have been best friends for now a few years. And then they get in a fight and she kisses her and it's just like the most incredible on-screen kiss I think I've ever seen in any kind of television, for sure.
You know what's crazy as well is that this isn't even Teresa's peak hotness.
She's pregnant.
She's fucking pregnant.
Not that you can't be pregnant and hot.
No, but she's in these clothes of the time that I guess a pregnant woman. I just always assumed this is what like the kind of thing pregnant women would wear.
Buttoned all the way up.
Yeah, it's like
up
all
to the
black.
neck,
It's
down
like an unsexy made outfit.
Yeah.
Like little lace collar or something. Like,
Yeah.
And yet it's still smoking, and yet
hot.
Like neither of them really are at their peak
No,
hotness.
they're both.
Yeah, neither of them. And yet, and that was the other thing as well. And you could say this about other storylines, how the straighter one, for lack of a better term, but in this instance, it's Teresa. She gets hotter the gayer she gets. I think that's true to say. Like, but I think it's because she's confident and happy, and again that acceptance of herself and like, fuck the world. Like, I'm gonna eventually, when you reach that point, I'm gonna fight for this love, because again they're living in a different time. But this is what I think. I mean, Mercedes and these two are my top two, so it must be what I enjoy, obviously. So
I actually think that with Anna's increasing gayness, she gets less and less top.
Yeah.
More and more bottom.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. She just that's why it's different with her, because as you say, she's just delicate about it. She's just so thoughtful and considerate of her power bottomness. But maybe that's why she goes from, top to power bottom, is because she's trying to be considerate, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that's I definitely think that. Well, okay, I won't say definitely, because I think this is something worth conversation. Do you think there's definitely I keep saying definitely, I don't mean it in a definitive way. There's a correlation between like top in life, bottom in bed thing. You were trying to quote that earlier. I don't know the quote either, but it's like the energy that you carry in your regular life versus the energy you carry in your sexual life. Or like what you want, right? There's this idea of like, if you're in control of everything, I mean, if you're like painstakingly in control, Bet puts so much energy, Anna puts so much energy. I don't know about Mercedes, but anyway, Bet and Anna both put a really lot of themselves, their whole selves, into their jobs. Yeah. And I think that like at the end of the day, I'm imagining, you come home from work and you have this partner, and you're like, let's just relinquish control to this person who I love, because like for Anna, like you said, it's like, okay, obviously that helps Teresa because she wants to be in control. Like her life's kind of out of control, and her taking control in like a physical way, or in like, not even that she's like in control of their sexual encounters, but like that she gets to say, she sets the pace, right? She's the one who, she's kissing her first, and like Anna's like, no, listen, it's okay. She's not trying to kiss her again. She's just like, it's fine. And then like holding space for Teresa to take control if she wants it.
Yeah.
Whereas like she could have definitely like made the most of the opportunity.
And in terms of arguably that link between Teresa and Tina is that once Teresa also gets her autonomy in terms of her career, even before
Hot.
oh my god, when they're both basically running the business together, fucking hell. I'm like, Anna puts a desk in her office for Teresa to have. I'm like, okay, now they have 2 desks to choose from. No, that's not what I thought.
On the desk.
But it was also when Teresa had her own shop before that point, I think it's what she needed. I think in their storyline, she really needed to feel, because Anna was richer from a different class. Teresa needed to be on that footing for them to work as a long-term couple, because I think it was an insecurity she had.
100%.
But
power dynamic outside of the bedroom makes a difference.
Yeah. But I don't know what, but I still, and I think we didn't say about this the other day, but we did in the WhatsApp chat about the equal footing. I think they try to have that, and I think when they return to the show, they do have more of an equal. I don't know if I see Anna as a power bottom as much anymore, as they're just, I don't know. They've reached such a point. Again, it's over such a long period, and that understanding of each other by then, and just, I don't know. I love them as equals.
Yeah. I would say that's where it does kind of differ from Bet and Tina, though. Because
yeah, absolutely.
That difference, for me, carried on until the very end. Yeah. Like, even though Tina like got her autonomy and she proved that she's able to, she's got her own career completely separate. In fact, they're not together anymore.
Right. Yeah, they don't work together like Anna and Teresa. Yeah.
No. But they become equals in that sense, in like the career sense.
Yeah. Time away from each other. Whereas Anna and Teresa,
away from
you want them to always be together in work and at home. Whereas Bet and Tina, it wouldn't work if they did that.
Oh, Mercedes and Barbara also work together.
Yeah, it's true. There's a desk theme. I want there to be a desk theme.
I will tell you right now that I don't think Anna and Teresa were having sex in that office, because everybody just kept walking up. I swear to God, my Mercedes, they had sex in that. I know they had sex in that office.
But you know what's mad about that?
Wantonly.
But you know what's mad about that is that Mercedes have windows. They have windows on that office door.
Yep.
And if you watch Mercedes, Jesus fucking, it doesn't matter if the door's locked. It doesn't matter because there's windows. Yeah. Right? Whereas Anna and Teresa,
they get caught twice.
Windows. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet they're probably not the ones having sex in the office. I think they're just, maybe some of these couples are exhibitionists. Maybe there's a whole other pattern I haven't thought of. Maybe.
I think there's just a trope of lesbians being caught. It's some illicit hotness, right? Oh yeah, well, they have to have a man walk in on them, because like if a man's not enjoying it, I guess it's not real.
Oh god.
Gross.
We're so unfortunate, because soaps are so bad for this, and yet here we are. We're So that takes us to, we're going to briefly mention that, more sound effects created at home.
This is a homegrown podcast.
This really is. We figured out all the steps, literally, to reach this point.
I don't think we're as funny. I'm just going to say it. I don't think we're as funny this time.
You don't think?
No.
No. Yeah, maybe we're not. We've got too serious, because we've had so much time to think about it.
Yeah, we tried too hard.
And because we've already technically done this twice, and this is the third time having this conversation.
We're having the same conversation 3 times.
But I think, arguably, if you go on less tangents, maybe it will be less funny. I don't know. I'm sure you guys will let us know if I do get to upload this to my YouTube channel. You can comment there and say, you boring ass lesbians.
Shut the fuck up.
What the fuck is the point in this?
I'm so sorry.
We're just putting our usual conversation out in the public domain. That's why we could make this last like 3 hours.
We really could. It's about an hour right now.
Yeah,
more or
we
less.
get into it. This is what we talk about anyway. So
yeah,
I'm in deep. You know, we could go off, but we
could,
really
and
good.
if I didn't have to go to work, I would. But we should mention the final woman, the other Anna. We've made this decision that we won't really spend too much time on her because she's part of another show, another series called Madres Solo Idos. It's also, what's the English title?
Daughter from another mother.
Mm-hmm. Daughter
from
another mother.
From another mother. Chaos is really trying.
I'm trying. Daughter from another mother.
From another mother.
Thank you. That was quite good.
Yeah. We realized that's the most accessible of the four.
Yes. Watch it. You should watch it. It's only, what'd you say? It's 9 episodes. It's on Netflix. It is novella. It's a soap opera. You have to, if you don't like soap operas, why are you listening to this? Firstly, second of all,
yeah,
go watch Madre Solo Idos.
It's great fun.
And also, we didn't put any disclaimers in here. So obviously, English is both of our second languages, although we're speaking very different languages. Let's be clear.
Did you mean to say second language?
Did I say second language? Yeah. English is my second language. My first language is lesbian.
Yeah.
And my third language is Spanish, and I speak it very poorly. I would say it's like...
She's fine.
No. Anyway, so please excuse this. The whole point of this is please excuse our horrible pronunciations. And I say our because we haven't really gotten into German or French, which is, I've given all of those to Steph. You know, the European can do all of that. It's your corner. You're responsible.
Yes.
I will 100% be butchering all of the Countess of Germany when we go into that.
Again, if you've watched soaps in the past 15 years, any internationally featuring gay storylines between women, then you'll know who we mean.
Yes, you will have...
No spoilers.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. But this... Okay, so the next Anna is Anna Servin. Anna Servin. And she is a contender. Certainly a contender for Powersuit or Powersuits and Powerbottoms. Yeah. But because she's not canon queer, we were like, oh, you know.
We're excited of the future. Fingers crossed.
Fingers, toes, etc.
Yep. Her and Mariana. I'm pumped. I won't speak for Chaos in that respect. Maybe
I'm very excited. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you watch it before? You watched it before me, right?
No. Don't you remember you watched it?
I got you to watch it, and then you live texted me about it. Yes.
Yeah. And then, oh my God. And I reached, again, bear with it if you haven't watched it and you're at like episode 6 and you're like, where's the gay? Because it is there, especially when you rewatch it. It's sprinkled in, especially from Mariana's point of view. Anna, it's really not in her frame of mind at all. Yeah. It's just we're mentioning her because of the power bottom discussion. But Mariana... Yes. From her point of view, she's
canon queer.
Yeah, absolutely.
She is.
She's figuring herself out. She sort of sometimes called herself bisexual, but she's not sure. She's just fluid. She's going with the flow. But her feelings for Anna, you'll see. Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah. So bear with it if you're thinking, how is this queer at all? But it is.
Listen, I will say right now, I want Anna Servin to be my next Bet Porter.
Yes.
I'm going to say it.
Woohoo! Woo. Sorry. You can tell this is the freshest one because I'm like, whoa, my excitement is like, yeah. Fresh off the press because this is happening in present time. So, yeah, fingers crossed. It's Mexican, by the way. So we
Yes.
might do a combo with La Aparicio.
Oh, of course. We must, I think. So anyway, we're leading into, in the future, possibly our next episode, we'll be discussing more in-depth Madre Solo Hay Dos. I'm so sorry for the way that I say my R sounds. I can't help it. And Las Aparicio,
Yeah.
because of the crossover.
Yeah, with Liz. You say it.
Gallardo.
Gallardo. Liz Gallardo is played a queer character in La Aparicio, and not this time, but I find her much more attractive this time for some reason. I think it's
Shall
the
we
age.
tell the fans, the 5 or 6 fans?
The 5 or 6 fans? Go
We
on.
definitely have a preference for women as they age, let's say.
Yes. Hence why, nothing against Paulina, who plays Mariana, but our attraction is going to go towards Anna Ludwika because she's the older of the two. It's as simple as that. We're that.
Is it
basic.
because she's older? Is it that, or is it other things?
The hair, the outfit? Wow.
I will tell you, I fell off of my chair when I saw her with her hair slicked back. I don't know. There's something about, I guess, blonde-haired women specifically who are like kind of feminine, right? Like, I don't really go for the more masculine look necessarily, but the like more feminine women who get a touch of the masculinity is just, oh man, shiver me timbers. I've never said that in my life ever.
Shiver me timbers. Oi. Now we've lost it.
Yeah, we've gone off here.
This is all
but
because Chaos said we're not as funny. So
I'm sorry.
No, subconsciously, maybe our brains were like, oh, just stop being professional and just fangirl. And yeah, here we are. But no, we will wrap it up. But we just wanted to let you know what we will be speaking about next time.
Have we
not
missed
that you
anything?
have to prepare. Probably.
Yes, please prepare if you're going to listen to this other episode. Please watch the show.
Yes.
Madre Solo
we
daughter
haven't
from
got
another
a
mother.
schedule. Yeah, because
No, we have no schedule. Don't put us in your calendar. We don't know where we'll be.
because of our time difference, cross Atlantic
is.
issues.
Yes, the sun is up now for me. It's finally become a normal human time. It is not the middle of the night anymore. So
Bless Chaos. She's made this possible today.
I have not.
Been very patient with
You
me.
know, neither of us sleep. I'm sure this is just, it must be like a gay thing.
Yeah.
I don't think gays ever sleep.
If you're a useless homo, yeah, you
Useless
can't sleep.
homos.
Yeah.
A feature of the useless homosexual is the lack of sleep.
So maybe you will enjoy this podcast series because you can empathize with our suffering and
Stay up, listening to us, staying up.
Yeah. So go as a sign off. Yeah. Where can we find you, Chaos?
Hopefully you never find me. I'm on Twitter at ShippyChaos.
Yeah, you'll find. And as she said, Rosalind's new boobs.
Currently Rosalind's new boobs. I'll go back to Chaos.
Yeah.
And you, my
mine
dear?
is, it's my Twitter handle is Steph TWTC, the world to come.
Ah.
And I think I don't know what is my name. I think I've got Steph in the title, and I've got Curbs in capital letters for Vanessa Kirby. God bless her soul.
Not to be confused with Curbs on the Street.
No,
Different Curbs.
Different Curbs. Vanessa, everything, the world to come. I go through phases. So what I'm crazy about at the time, and then I'll just change it all. And
Her handle will change. So maybe don't follow her now so that you can just be on board when the changes happen.
But you can also reach us, hopefully, on YouTube. I'm going to try and convert this. So
StephKT.
We've got this down to say an hour and 20 minutes. I'm pretty impressed, actually.
It's not bad.
Yeah. And
we'll cut a bit out of it.
Yeah.
Please tell me we'll cut a bit out of it.
I don't think there'll be much, but Chaos will
Oh.
probably send me a message. Oh my God, at this time you have to take this out these 5 seconds, which is really bad.
Yeah. I made a sound I didn't like. Please remove it.
Oh, it might be the shiver me timbers.
Oh,
I'm
God.
so leaving that in.
No.
What's my sign off going to be this week? I'm going to rewatch them today because I was thinking about who's in my top 3, and I knew it was Barcedes, and then
Top 3
Teresa.
couples ever. Your top 3 couples.
My top 3. I'm never very precise. Sorry, it's because I just assume everyone listening is Chaos, like times 10,
because
they know what I'm talking about and know exactly who I'm crazy about. Sorry, you don't. So my number 3 is Clara and Marina from M Familia, which was a Brazilian telenovela. Shocker.
Wait, was that the Against the Door one? Or
Against
the Wall? I'm sorry, I catalog all shows based on the kind of sex that they have.
Well,
there's a little bit of a look into my psyche.
Yeah. We love walls, desks. You see the furniture. Fence.
Yeah. Mm.
But these two weren't allowed to kiss, and towards the end, we had to fight for them to be able to kiss on television. And they got married. Again, a happy ending.
Okay.
I'm going to watch it today because I forgot. Like, I thought about it and I was like, wow, yeah, they're my number 3. Yeah, that's my sign of the day. I think it's sort of on YouTube with English subtitles. Again, it all got removed, sad to say.
As many do.
Homophobia. But one of the actresses is Giovanna Antonelli, who's I think a legend in Brazil. So that was pretty amazing that she was a part of this setup. And you'll see Taina, who plays Marina. Wow, what a smoke show. But then to me, they're all smoke show. So yeah,
everyone's a smoke show if you're a lesbian.
Exactly. But again, I was a Geo girl because she's the older of the two, following my pattern. So there you go. I'll let Chaos do her sign off, which I could guess which couple she might mention. Maybe she might surprise me.
I was just gonna say Chaos out.
Oh yeah, see, look me. I have to. This is why I have the YouTube chat. I have to promote something. I feel like I have to promote the gay agenda.
Can I then I'm all about promoting the gay agenda. In fact, right now I'm all about promoting specifically the boob agenda. This is where we are in my point in life. Boob agenda. Currently, Rosalind, the namesake for Rosalind's new boobs, very interested in this woman. I'm going to say this here because I'm scared to tweet this, and hopefully fewer people will hear this than we'll see if I tweet it. I actually don't think the actress who plays Rosalind is a super great actress. In the scene, like she is. It's kind of like what you were saying about Tina and Bet, how like the person you're playing against will bring out the best of you, or could bring out the best of you. I think that her scenes with Jenny Lidlam are better, and I think that it's kind of inconsistently inconsistent. Like, I'll be watching and I'm like, okay, here's the problem. When you watch a show, you can't like slow down frame by frame. I slow down frame by frame, and it just feels a little bit like, ooh, not quite.
No, I want to blame her. Honesty.
I want to blame her, but I won't blame her because it could be the editing. I think Shortland Street does a shit ton of editing. And again, watching frame by frame, you can notice these sort of things. Anyway, so Shortland Street is the current kick that I'm on. The ship name is Rosalie. I don't like it particularly, but I didn't choose it. Rosalind and Leanne. Yeah, they're the mothers of the daughters who are married to each other.
Yeah, it's gay on gay. It's just, who'd have thought, I said this to Chaos a while ago, but who'd have thought Shortland Street, again a soap opera.
I know, of all the shows. Fucking Shorty.
Yeah, is flying the flag. This is what we've come to in these times. So there we go. We've both pushed the gay agenda. Yeah, I can't
go
help
watch
myself.
it.
There's always something to promote because, funnily enough, a lot of these soap couples are underrated. But that is a whole topic for another, arguably a podcast episode.
Sure. We could do a whole podcast on just underrated soap operas.
Yeah.
The number of people who laugh at me when I'm like, yeah, I'm watching another soap opera. I'm like, you know what? Listen, they're the only ones who have lesbians. Listen, I am desperate for representation.
Exactly. And these were the days you didn't have Killing Eve or Gentleman Jack. You know, we didn't have, and we didn't have the films either. This was before Carol.
Early 2000s.
A lot of these.
Like, I mean, come on, early 2000s. What else were you going to do but watch a German soap opera and wish that you spoke German?
My internet had it was modem.
Yes, the
these were the
dial-up.
days.
I mean, we had.
Now we sound old.
All right, enough of the sound effects.
I wasn't going to attempt it. I'm glad she did.
I'm just. We're gonna cut that out maybe too.
So, well, as we're going to wrap up. Hopefully, we're going to be on Spotify, maybe iTunes. Can we get this up on the YouTube? And I say
There's a huge
on Twitter
technical hurdle. What's that called? Learning curve here. RSS feeds and all of this, and like we have a website, but like I don't want people to look at this website. Like,
no, it's just there so we can. Yeah, this is a learning curve for us. Yeah, but again, what you do for the gay agenda, you know.
Yeah, I hope that our 5 or 6 followers,
perfect send off,
is enjoying this slightly more than an hour of us talking at each other.
Yeah, we've gone full circle. We started with 5 and 6. We've gone round to 5 or 6.
This is. That's my. You got to get your shit together and go to work.
Right.
Alarm.
Oh yeah, shit! Just hit me what time it is for chaos. Right. Okay. Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
This was fun.
Yeah, I hope it was.
Hope
I'm
to
sorry.
see you again soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Soon. Maybe next week. All depends, as I say. All right. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know. 506?
What?
What?
Carla von Lahnstein? So. Ah. Y juntas somos Mercedes.
Lexa and I... Lexa. Oh my fucking...